home steam cmd. So now that we're there, what we want to do is we want to get the install files. To do that, you're going to use this command, wget program, and this file right there. So it's going to download that file. Alright, I know, 10.5 megs a second, you're jealous. Megabytes too. Actually peak higher than that, like 18 megabytes a second. So we have downloaded the file we want. If we type ls, we list the contents of this directory. You see, it's right there. This is coming in what you would call like a tarball form. And it's similar to a zip file. So to unzip it, you will enter this command, tar-xvzf. I honestly don't remember exactly what all of these commands are for. Extract, verbose, so it's going to tell you what it's doing. I don't remember the Z and the F are for. But tar-xvzf. Now if you want to see what the commands are, or what those options are, then you can very easily type in man tar. And if you look down, you know, they're all listed here. Okay, so F for file. Yep, all right here. So just if you want to satisfy your curiosity at this moment, I am not too too concerned about that. Okay, so let's get back to where we were. tar xvzf steam cmd. If you know where that beeping is, it's whenever there's an error, it makes a beeping noise. If you have partially written out a file name, you can hit tab to autocomplete. And if I didn't, in that case, I didn't have the name spelled correctly, so it gave me an error noise. Okay, so it went ahead and extracted everything. Now I have these 4 files. I have a folder that was just created, 2 files that were just extracted, which are script files. And then I have this tarball file, which I no longer need anymore, so I can remove it actually. So I don't need it, it's gone. Just clearing things up. Now one thing I want to show you, if I do ls-la, which gives you all the details, then you can see these green files have some special things about them. One, they have they're green and executable because they have this X or executable bit. If I were to -X or subtract the executable bit from steamcmd.sh, then it's going to show up as a black file. No longer executable. What that means is if I try to run it, it doesn't let me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the executable bit back. Okay, now that's important because for some people, after they extract the file, it may lose its executable bit, and you have to put it back on in order for you to run steamcmd. Now, another thing you're going to need to do is you're going to have to define a location for your Counter-Strike Go dedicated server files. So, and this will be important for when you actually finally launch steamcmd. So what I'm going to do from here, from this directory, I'm going to add an additional couple of directories. So make dir game server files. I just kind of assume that at some point you may have more than one server. If I change directories into game server files, I'll make another directory for CSGO ODS. Oh, I misspelled that. So I will rename it. Use the mv command to do that, to rename. Okay, so that's right. Now, importantly, we're going to need this, we're going to need the full path to CSGO DS. So if I change directory into CSGO DS and I do print working directory, I get the full path. So I'm going to copy this because I'll need to paste it later. Okay, so now let's go back again. Now we're at the Steam CMD directory, where if you look at the files, here's steam cmd.sh. That's the file you're going to run to do all of your setup. So we'll do steam cmd.sh. Okay, steam cmd updated. Now it's ready to go. So from this point, what you have to do is you actually have to log in. If I try to install CSGO right now, it's going to tell me I'm not logged in. So what you do is log in, anonymous. You don't actually need to log in with an actual user account. If you do need one, you can set up another free account. You don't actually have to own the game. So log in anonymous. Boom, we're logged in. Now at this point, before you install the actual game files or the server files, you have to tell it where to. So force install dir, and then I'm going to right click and paste rather than trying to memorize it. It's right there. That's where we're installing everything. Now Steam CMD knows where to install the Counter-Strike Go DS files. Now that I've logged in and told the Steam CMD program where to install, I'm going to app update 740 validate. App update will either install or update the application with this application ID 740, and 740 is the application ID for Counter-Strike Go, and then validate the install files. And here we go. This will take a few minutes, so I'll probably be fast forwarding through this. We'll just go ahead and quit. Just kind of get ourselves reoriented. We're in the Steam CMD directory. We need to change directories to the game server files. CSGO DS. All right. And again, just another important thing, if for whatever reason srcds run or any of these other files, except for the exe, you won't be using that since you're in Linux. If any of these are not set with the executable bit, then they will not run. So it's worth doing ls-la if they're not running, because it's a simple fix. Change mod plus x. So that's how you would fix it. In this case, the executable bit is already set, and they will execute without problems. So at this point, pretty much everything's completely ready to go. There's not a whole lot needed to get running. Can go ahead and launch the server pretty easily. srcds run, and plus there's a series of commands that come after that, to be honest, I have saved elsewhere. So let me go ahead and find that for you. Should be my history, actually. So history, right here. There we go. So I can copy and paste it, or I could do 52, and it comes back up. Automatically ran for me. That wasn't my intention. Alright, so I'll quit out of there. But I copied and pasted it. Okay, so here's what's happening here. srcds run is the actual script that launches the application. The ./ in front just means that you're looking for an application inside of the current working directory. You either have to have that, or you have to spell out the entire working directory in front of srcds run in order to run it. So this is the shorthand that you're going to see for a lot of srcd or a lot of Linux applications that are run. // and then the name of the script. And the rest of this, these are kind of the basics, the basic options that you add on or provide to the srcds run script. This just tells you the game CSGO. It's going to enable the console, game type 0, game mode 1. Basically, just tells us that we're going to use the competitive classic mode. We specified the map group from which to draw the maps and the default map to start out on. If I were to run this,